Hi there everybody, my name is Kate and welcome to my channel, Trinergy Awakens Naturally. So let's talk about those flowers that people just don't seem to want to give us, the flowers that are ours, man. How come they won't give me my flowers? I don't want to wait until I'm at my funeral before I get my flowers, so I like to get my flowers beforehand, and I also don't want to wait until my funeral to get flowers from people who may or may not give them to me, except out of a sense of obligation once I am DOA and gone away. So let's talk about what does that mean when people do not honor us, they don't respect us, they don't give us our proper due in our estimation. Even if we are correct, you know, that I've done this and this and this, and we can lay out an entire list of things that we have done, that we've accomplished, that we may have even done for them, that I'm good and here's the reason why. What's your problem? How come you don't see that? How come you aren't giving me my just desserts, what is truly mine? This is not a time anymore on earth when we want to be looking to anybody else to help us give us our sense of worth or value. If they do, that's really neat and groovy. However, that needs to really be the spoonful of sugar on the top rather than the whole sweet part of anything that we're eating or consuming. We need to get our own sugar, if you will, our own sense of satisfaction, our own sense of worthiness from within us. And we've all heard this is all diatribe, you know, long blah, 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 blah that we've heard. However, with the energies pressing, with the new age here upon us, the age of Aquarius, and moving out of that, you know, identification with the ego, we can no longer, if we're no longer identifying with our own ego, we're going to be battling all day if we don't understand that that conversely also means we cannot deal with anyone else's ego. If I'm not waiting for my ego to give me worth, I certainly can't wait for yours to give me worth. And the other side of that is that if I don't allow my ego to take my worth away, then I certainly don't allow yours to take it away either. That my worth is no longer based upon, it never was. We were just in a very ugly paradigm that told us a whole bunch of lies, that we're no longer able to really say that something someone out there says is really what makes me this, that, or the other. It's good or bad. Or that my degree, my job as doctor, lawyer, police officer, whatever, you know, person of great importance, my relevance on the planet is dictated by my title, whatever I've given myself, whatever I've taken in education, whatever I've done, you know, to acquire that, whatever it is, however we got it. If that's not really, you know, going to be working anymore, which it's not, then we really need to be looking at ourselves. And instead of looking to other people to validate what used to work, which really doesn't anymore, the whole job structure, titles, they just don't work anymore. There's a whole bunch of people that just don't care if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a police officer, you know, it doesn't matter. They don't care. They're willing to say, yeah, no, I'm not doing it your way. I don't like that. I don't want to hear it, or I don't agree with you. I don't care if your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, you know, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care if you're my boss. I'm out here doing my own thing. I'll find my own way, because that is the time frame that we're on. It just doesn't work anymore for us to ride in energy or belief or ignorance that we're back in, you know, 100 years ago or 200 years ago or even further back than that. The times have changed and we are definitely shifting. We have energies that are coming into the planet on the regular. We have off-planet help that is so powerful and so strong, and having mass, you know, solar flares and events that are going on all around us, and a lot of cosmic infusions that are starting to really wake people up. If you look around, you can see it, and yet the truth of the matter is that anybody that's just now coming into, you know, understanding themselves, they're going to be hard-pressed to give you flowers anytime soon anyway. And even if they could instantly wake up and go, wow, yeah, that was a long, nauseating sleep, but hey, I meant to tell you all these years that you've been the bomb the whole time. Even if they could do that, that's not their job. Our job in the age of Aquarius is to look to our own self, to look to our own sovereignty, to look to our own divinity and say, yes, I see the worthiness in me because I am that cosmic piece of the cosmic egg. I am cosmic energy. I am part of the cosmic puzzle. I am part of divinity. I am God's source. I'm universal energy. However you look at that, I am all of that, and I can never be less than that. My behavior certainly can be. However, that internal me, that's always creating flowers to give to myself. And when I stop putting it out there, giving them to other people, trying to get an equal exchange or fair play in a system that's already rigged to not be fair. Egos don't play fair, so we're going to lose somewhere along the way and really be butthurt if we've got a lot invested in that. It's the journey of every single human on the planet that we go through this process. However, if we're waiting and we're giving our flowers out there, or we're waiting for somebody to give us our flowers in here, that we're going to walk away feeling hurt. We're going to walk away and possibly be distracted and stray away from doing what is really our greater work, which is to find out what is it in me that brings me to that cosmic place in me that helps me remember, yeah, I'm a pretty banging individual. I do know what I'm doing. Even if we don't think we do, somewhere our DNA blueprint, our insides, our little cosmic guide inside knows exactly what we came here to do, knows exactly what we wish to do, no matter what we believe in, no matter what paradigm we take it through, unless a person does not believe that they have a soul or whatever their connection to soul and that understanding of infinity is, or they believe that to truly inherently be not a pure, good, loving thing, then, you know, we're not going to be able to talk very fairly or even very long in that understanding. However, that is not my understanding, nor is it the understanding of any of the major religions or spiritual practices on the planet. It just isn't. So I'm going to go with the prevailing wind, is that nobody's born evil. We learn how to do evil things. Nobody is born tainted, in my opinion. I know there's some differing thoughts in the different religions, and I don't believe that, because no one comes here. We come here with predisposition, perhaps genetically we do, and even spiritually we do. We come here with some predispositions based on karma, if you believe in that. And if you don't, then, you know, you're free, because you have your cosmic energy, you have your cosmic sovereignty as being a piece of divine energy. You get to write your own story and say your own story and have that be whatever it is that you care for it to be. I found that in my writing, however, I needed to, you know, align with stuff that it does align. I didn't need to align. It does align with some very similar themes across many different prophecies and legends and belief systems. So my point, though, is not in getting stuck in anyone's story or anything. It's a matter of how do I give my own flowers to me so that I'm not butthurt, that I'm not, you know, on my deathbed hoping and praying that, you know, someone will then see my worth. We will be placed upon our own deathbed again and again and again with those reminders of the fact that other people are not here to do that. That's why they're not doing it, and that's why it's gotten worse over the last 5 to 10 years. It's gotten worse where people are, where they're going forward and they're really blossoming and becoming brilliant, beautiful starseed light worker, etc. They're really doing that. They're looking awesome about it. And those that are not, that are retreating the other way, they're getting further away. They're acting out of cruelty. They're acting out of a very cold and sterile nature. They're acting out of selfishness, egoic stuff. You know, they're really, you see that. You see the breakdown in one area and the build up in another. And so if that is the case, and it is, then that means that all of our structures that we used to rely on to tell us who and what we were, they are deliberately, they are by system being drawn down so that we understand ourselves through a new understanding, not a new lens, not a new set of goggles, not a new framework that somebody told us, from our own internal introspection, that we finally find the way to give ourselves our own flowers and say, hey, you know, I made it to another day. I'm right here and I have no idea what I'm doing perhaps. However, I'm worthy of occupying space on this planet, that I'm done listening to anybody tell me why I don't deserve to be here. Every single living creature on this planet, every single entity that holds energy has the right to be here, or it would not be here. That is the law of Mother Nature, if you will. If it wasn't here, it wouldn't be here. Those things that went extinct, they went extinct for a reason, and I wasn't brought up to speed on why. I just know that anybody that's here, anything that is here, any living source of anything that is here, it's allowed to be here by its own nature and its own agreement with it, at a minimum Mother Nature and God, whatever you call that, or Mother Nature period. Otherwise it wouldn't be here. So by your own authority of taking breath and having life, you deserve to be here. And I pray that we will get much faster about not waiting for anybody else to recognize the value of that, and to also, you know, at the same time do recognize within us that that's quite the audacity. That's quite the audacity for another person to look at another and say, you don't have worthiness, you don't have value because you don't have a job, or you're this color, or you're this gender, or you identify this way, and this is what you do in your bedroom, and all of these things. That is quite the audacity for one human being to look at another and say, I'm more important to you. Pardon me, I'm so much more important than you that I get to declare what you should or should not do, what you are entitled to, which is very little if I have anything to do about it. It's all based in fear and bullshit, quite frankly, that I could spend a whole bunch of time, on a million different videos explaining all of that. However, the bottom line is it doesn't matter what anybody else's bullshit is about how they arrived at that story. It's our own bullshit that we arrived at the story that we believed it in the first place. Our parents, our job, or whatever, we've all had tragedy, we've all had trauma, and none of us grew up in, the 5D consciousness of New Earth or the age of Aquarius. We certainly did not, because we're not there yet. However, we do have many opportunities throughout the day, every day, and through every single major alignment, every single beam of energy that's coming to us that we feel from wherever we're feeling it. Every time we pray, every time we meditate, ecstatic dance, we hike, we jog, we do whatever, an act of kindness. Every single one of those engagements is what's getting us in touch with that little nugget of God seed energy, of universal intelligence, of that pure frequency that says to me, I have the worthiness, I have the value, and my flowers, I'm gonna grow them right here because I am a part of that cosmology that allows for growth to happen on this planet. I have my own bouquet going inside of here, and yeah, it's kind of nice every once in a while to say, hey, you look beautiful, or you did a great job, or whatever. However, if we're also going to be devastated by the fact that somebody would say, man, that sucked what you just did, you suck, I can't stand you. If we're going to be bothered by that, then that's why I don't get too butthurt about somebody telling me how much I suck, and I also don't rely on them to tell me that I don't suck, because the minute that a person feels frightened, threatened, jealous, angry, whatever it is, but hurt for whatever reason they're feeling it, when they get in their bullshit, your flowers are done. They will not give them to you, and you'll hope that you get them by the time that you're on your last breath, and that maybe somebody will then. And it's a pitiful place to live. It's sad, it's hurtful, and it's just not reality anymore. We're not where we used to be. We're not at a time where people are just spontaneously going to see the right thing. As a matter of fact, we have many occasions where people are actually triggered into their worst places so that they can wake up and see the divinity and the authenticity of that, and not the bullshit 12-12 of telling somebody else that they don't have worthiness on this planet, or worse, telling themselves that they don't have worthiness, which is why they come out here and say it to somebody else. When we understand our own value, we would never in a million years stand up and say that somebody else doesn't have value. And if we don't understand our own value and our own worth and our own willingness to give us our own props, not from an egoic position, if we don't understand that, we won't be able to do it with another person. We can look like we do in that codependent stuff where we're just glommed onto somebody and we're, codependently attached to them. That does happen, or we're angry and we start tearing them down. Those are all psychological defenses, and none of it's healthy. So I'm telling you, my best mentoring that I could give to anybody and to myself on the daily, as I'm having my heat wave, pardon me, Ascension's fun and sweaty. That the best that I can tell you, the best service that you can give to yourself more than likely is 1313, to be able to say, hey, how do I give myself props today? What have I done today? And it's not a matter of what did you accomplish. It's I got up and I took a breath. I'm still here. I'm alive and I'm awake. I have validity to be here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. So what can I do inside of me right here to get in touch with that part of me that has the cosmology already worked out, has that blueprint already worked out? How do I get a hold of that part of me without listening to any of the bullshit outside of me that might distract me or tell me that doesn't exist? How can I get in here and listen to that part that is pure and absolutely connected to and is a part of cosmological intelligence, pure love, divinity, God, sacred, etc. That part has no ability to lie, it has no ego, and it has only the ability to be the pure loving frequency that it is. And when we get in touch with that I'm telling you, you'll never need flowers from anybody else again. But when you get them, you'll know that, hey, that's really nice. And then if they stomp on them and say, you didn't do what I wanted you to do, and you go, oh, that's nice, and you'll keep on trucking. It won't matter. So there you go. I hope that you enjoy your day no matter what part of the day you're in. And remember, get within your skin because you're divine. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. All of my little thingies, my timers, your insides know exactly what you need to do in order for you to be at peace with you, not what you need to do for somebody else, not what you need to do for a job or a family member or to meet some weird expectation you might have of yourself. It knows how to meet your own needs inside so that you feel that peace, contentment, and joy, and the zeal for living, the enthusiasm for, man, I'm just glad to be alive. And it wouldn't matter if I was emptying a trash can right now, if I was scrubbing a toilet, or if I was skiing in the Alps. It wouldn't matter if I was with someone, if I had my twin flame or not, or if I was at a family gathering, or, you know, excuse me, had my nose in a barf bucket. It wouldn't matter because I can find that peace and contentment within me. That's what I'm telling you. That little spark of divinity, it already knows how to get you there because it is already there, but we got a lot of bullshit in the way of listening to that and getting to that little part. So journey well and steady on, keep calm and steady on, as they say in England, that it is a journey that does require courage. However, it does not require some mastery of something other than the mastery of our own mind and deprogramming from believing that somebody else has the ability to take our flowers from us or withhold our dignity from us. We don't understand our own dignity, or else we'd look at that and go, oh, silly, gotta go now. You're in a moment of hilarity that I can't watch anymore. So, as I said, take care of yourselves and get within because you're divine. It's absolutely fine. I'll see you again next time, my friends. Take care.